Welcome to free online classes of physics with Lamborsa. So, dear students, we are discussing the second part of this chapter, communication system. And in the last lecture, we introduced communication system with the help of basic elements of communication system. There are three basic elements for the communication system: transmitter, communication channel, and third one is the receiver. And at the end of this lecture we learn about commonly used terms for electronic communication system, and there we learn total 13 terms which are commonly used for electronic communication system. Out of that, 10th term is the modulation. 10th term we studied modulation, and this modulation is the process in which low frequency message signal, information signal, is superimposed on high frequency carrier wave. That process is called modulation. So in this lecture we learn what is the need for that modulation. What is the need for that modulation? What is the necessity for the modulation? So, basic need or basic purpose of communication is to transmit the information or audio signals or message signals over a long distance between transmitting station and receiving station. So purpose of communication system is to transmit information or message signals over a long distances. And for that transmission of information or message signals, they are converted into a form, electrical form, suitable for transmission through communication channel. And this is done in transmitter. But while passing through transmitter, that low frequency message signals are superimposed on high frequency carrier. Means for the transmission of information of or message signals over a long distance, it is not directly possible to throw or to pass such information or message signal over a long distance directly through air. It is not possible. For that purpose, a high frequency carrier wave is used to carry the audio signals or message signals to a large distance. So if we want to send audio signals or message signals of low frequency over a large distance, we are using here a high frequency wave, which is called as a carrier wave, which will be from the radio regions of the electromagnetic spectrum. That high frequency wave called carrier wave is used to carry that audio signals over a large distance. And before carrying that audio signals, the modulation is necessary there. Then what do you mean by modulation? Modulation is the process by which some characteristics, that is amplitude, frequency, or phase of high frequency carrier wave is varied or changed in accordance with the low frequency signal. And that process of changing characteristics of carrier wave in accordance with low frequency signal, that process is called as a modulation. So in modulation, we are superimposing message signal on high frequency carrier wave. But that superimposing low frequency signal means changing some characteristics, that is amplitude, frequency, or phase of that high frequency wave in accordance with variations in low frequency signal or message signal. That process is called as a modulation. So what is the need of that modulation that we want to clear here? So necessity of modulation. काय गरज आहे मॉड्युलेशनची गरज काय? So see here, information or audio signals which are available towards the source of information. Generally, that information or audio signals occurs at lower frequencies. आणि त्या इन्फॉर्मेशनची किंवा ऑडिओ सिग्नलची बँडविड्थ जी आहे is about 20 hertz. And this bandwidth is frequency range. Difference between upper limiting and lower limiting value of the frequency is the bandwidth. And by definition, bandwidth is frequency range over which an electrical device operates. And this information or audio signals which we want to transmit over long distance, generally that information or audio signals towards the source of information occurs at lower frequency. And due to their lower frequencies, such lower frequency signals cannot be radiated directly to a long distance through air. This is the problem. So the information or audio signals that we want to transmit over long distances, generally that information occurs at lower frequencies. And we know that the bandwidth of that information or audio signals is about 20 hertz. And due to their lower frequency range, such lower frequency signals cannot be radiated directly to a long distance. And there are three reasons for this. Lower frequency signals, or we can say that baseband signals. Baseband signals means signals having lower frequency range. Such lower frequency signals cannot be sent over the long distance directly through air. There are three reasons for this. That's why we cannot send these lower frequency signals directly to a long distance. First reason that we can't send that signals to long distances, first reason is that size or height of the antenna or aerial required. The antenna or aerial which is mounted on the top of high-rise building, the size matters, size of that antenna matters for transmitting such low frequency signals over a long distance. First reason for the modulation. Second, effective power radiated by an antenna also matters the necessity for modulation. And third reason is that mixing up of signals from different transmitters, which is also called as interference. So these are the three reasons due to which one cannot send low frequency signals directly over the long distances. First reason is that size or height of the antenna or aerial. Second one, effective power radiated by antenna. And third reason is that mixing up of signals from different transmitters or interference. So let us learn these three reasons which are necessity of modulations. First of all, we will go through the reason size of antenna or height of that antenna or aerial decides the modulation, necessity of modulation. See here, for effective transmission or reception, आपल्याला मेसेज सिग्नलचं किंवा इन्फॉर्मेशन सिग्नलचं किंवा ऑडिओ सिग्नलचं ट्रान्समिशन त्याचबरोबर रिसेप्शन जर इफेक्टिव्ह पाहिजे असेल, क्वालिटी पाहिजे असेल, तर जी लेंथ आहे, जी हाईट आहे अँटिनाची, that length of that antenna should be comparable to the wavelength of that message signal or audio signal. So, for effective transmission and reception, length small l न denote केलेले आहे of antenna should be comparable with wavelength of that message signal which is to be transmitting. And पर्टिक्युलर बोलायचं असेल तर ही जी लेंथ आहे अँटिनाची, that length should be comparable with wavelength of the message signal, no problem. But it is at least quarter of the wavelength of message signal. Then there will be effective transmission or reception of the message signal over the long distance. So length of that antenna should be at least quarter wavelength of the message signal used. ज्या इन्फॉर्मेशनला, ज्या ऑडिओ सिग्नलला किंवा ज्या मेसेज सिग्नलला तुम्हाला लॉंग डिस्टन्सला ट्रान्समिट करायचं आहे, त्या मेसेज सिग्नलची जी वेवलेंथ आहे, त्या वेवलेंथच्या क्वार्टर साइज अँटिनाची पाहिजे, लेंथ अँटिनाची पाहिजे. So this is the requirement for effective transmission and reception of the message signal. The length of antenna should be 1/4 of the wavelength of message signal used. That is, length of antenna L must be nearly equal to lambda by 4, quarter the wavelength of message signal used. Then there will be effective transmission and reception of that message signal. Let us learn this condition through two examples. Suppose we want to transmit carrier wave of frequency 1 megahertz. मग या 1 मेगाहर्ट्ज फ्रिक्वेन्सीचा मेसेज सिग्नल जर आपल्याला ट्रान्समिट करायचा असेल तर what will be the length of antenna required? What will be the size of antenna required? For that purpose, we want to find wavelength of this carrier wave corresponding to frequency 1 megahertz. And from that wavelength, we will find length of antenna by dividing that wavelength by 4. So first of all, we will calculate wavelength of this carrier wave. So the wavelength lambda equal to c upon nu. This relation we know. So speed of light 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by the frequency 1 megahertz means 10 raised to 6 hertz. And if you simplify here, you will get 10 raised to 2 remains here. That's why 300 meter will be the wavelength of the carrier wave whose frequency is 1 megahertz. Now from this wavelength we can calculate length of antenna by this relation. Therefore, length of antenna L equal to quarter of the wavelength of the message signal used, lambda by 4, you will get 75 meter. This means that if you want effective transmission and reception of the carrier wave of frequency 1 megahertz, then the length of that antenna, size of the antenna should be nearly 75 meter. Then and then only there will be effective transmission and effective reception of the message signal used whose frequency is 1 megahertz. Now we will take another example by decreasing the frequency of the carrier wave. Instead of 1 megahertz, we will take here frequency less than 1 megahertz and then we will check what will be the length of antenna required for the effective transmission and reception. So let us learn the second example. Here, in the second example, we want to transmit carrier wave of frequency 15 kilohertz. You can see here. First time, we find the length of antenna to transmit the carrier wave of frequency 1 megahertz. And to transmit the carrier wave of frequency 1 megahertz, the length of antenna should be nearly 75 meter. But in the second example, we want to transmit the carrier wave of frequency less than 1 megahertz. That means 15 kilohertz. या फ्रिक्वेन्सीची कॅरियर वेव्ह आपल्याला ट्रान्समिट करायची आहे आणि त्यांचं ट्रान्समिशन आणि रिसेप्शन इफेक्टिव्ह होण्यासाठी आपल्याला या फ्रिक्वेन्सीच्या वेव्हची जी वेव्हलेंथ मिळेल त्या वेव्हलेंथच्या क्वार्टर अँटिनाची लेंथ असली पाहिजे, अँटिनाची साइज असली पाहिजे. So let us calculate wavelength of carrier wave whose frequency is 15 kilohertz. See here. Once again, we are using the same relation for the wavelength, lambda equal to speed upon frequency. So speed of that carrier wave, that means light wave, 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by that frequency 15 kilohertz, that means 15 into 10 raised to 3 hertz. Here 10 raised to 3 and 10 raised to 8. If you simplify, here we will get 10 raised to 5. And this 3 divided by 15, you will get 0.2. And then after simplifying, you will get 20 kilometer will be the wavelength of the carrier wave whose frequency is 15 kilohertz. म्हणजे फ्रिक्वेन्सी आपण कमी केली कॅरियर वेव्हची, त्यावेळेला वेव्हलेंथ 20 किलोमीटर झाली. हीच वेव्हलेंथ 300 मीटर होती ज्या वेळेला ही फ्रिक्वेन्सी 1 मेगाहर्ट्झ होती. म्हणजे फ्रिक्वेन्सी आणि वेव्हलेंथ ही इन्व्हर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल आहेत, हे आपल्याला अगोदरच माहिती आहे. इफ वी डिक्रीज द फ्रिक्वेन्सी फ्रॉम 1 मेगाहर्ट्झ टू 15 kilohertz, the wavelength increases from 300 meter to 20 kilometer. So this is the wavelength of carrier wave whose frequency is equal to 15 kilohertz. Now from this wavelength we will find length of the antenna required for transmission of this carrier wave. See here. Therefore length of antenna L equal to lambda by 4. But this lambda equal to 20 kilometer. Divided by 4, we will get 5 kilometer. This means that if we want effective transmission of this carrier wave whose frequency equal to 15 kilohertz, we require antenna of length 5 kilometer, antenna of size 5 kilometer. But this antenna is mounted vertically. And is it practically possible to mount an antenna vertical whose length will be 5 kilometer? No, it is not possible. It is impracticable to mount such a antenna, vertical antenna of this length 5 kilometer. A vertical antenna of this size is impracticable. Practically it is not possible to mount a vertical antenna of 5 kilometer, and hence direct transmission of such baseband signals is not practical. Baseband signals means signals having low frequency like 15 kilohertz किंवा याच्याही पेक्षा कमी फ्रिक्वेन्सी जर तुम्ही केली त्या सिग्नलची तर अँटिनाची लेंथ अजून तुमची वाढणार आहे, 5 किलोमीटर पेक्षा जास्त. पण एखादा अँटिना, एखादा एरियल ज्याची व्हर्टिकल लेंथ 5 किलोमीटर किंवा याच्यापेक्षा जास्त असणारा इम्प्रॅक्टिकेबल आहे माउंटिंग करणं. म्हणजेच डायरेक्ट ट्रान्समिशन ऑफ सच बेस बँड सिग्नल्स ऑफ लो फ्रिक्वेन्सी सिग्नल्स इज नॉट practical. That's why we must use high frequency wave, carrier wave for transmission of information or audio signals from high frequency to from transmitting station to receiving station. That's why the low frequency signals are superimposed on high frequency wave. That means modulation is necessary. So this was the first reason. That's why we must modulate the signal. Modulation is required due to this reason, because size or length of antenna should be quarter of the wavelength of message signal used. So to have the wavelength smaller, the frequency should be larger. So we must modulate the message signal before its transmission. This was the first reason. Let us learn the second reason: effective power radiated by antenna. Due to this reason, there is a necessity of modulation. What is that reason? Let us explain. Effective power radiated by antenna depends upon two factors. First one, linear length, you can say, length of that antenna, and second one, wavelength of the message signal used. These two factors decides effective power radiated by antenna or area. And for effective transmission and reception, this power radiated by antenna should be high, should be large. So the power P radiated from linear antenna of length L is given by, ज्या अँटिनाची लेंथ L आहे, ह्या अँटिनानं जी पॉवर रेडिएट केली असेल, ती पॉवर रेडिएट केलेल्याचा फॉर्म्युला आपण कसा मिळवू शकतो? सी हियर, पॉवर रेडिएटेड बाय अँटिना P is directly proportional to square of length of antenna and inversely proportional to square of the wavelength of message signal used. मग जर इथं आपण L कॉन्स्टंट ठेवत असाल, म्हणजेच अँटिना ऑफ द सेम लेंथ, गिव्हन लेंथ, जर तुम्ही अँटिनाची लेंथ बदलणार नसाल, तर या ठिकाणी अँटिनानं रेडिएट केलेली जी पॉवर आहे ती फक्त मेसेज सिग्नलच्या वेव्हलेंथवर डिपेंड असेल. Isn't it? आणि कशी डिपेंड असणार? इनव्हर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल. So if we want to increase the power radiated by antenna of the given length, wavelength should be decreased. If we decrease wavelength, then effective power radiated by antenna increases. आणि वेव्हलेंथ डिक्रीज करणार म्हणजेच आपल्याला फ्रिक्वेन्सी इन्क्रीज करायला पाहिजे, कारण वेव्हलेंथ आणि फ्रिक्वेन्सी ही इनव्हर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल मध्ये आहे. Hence, for the same antenna length, therefore for the same antenna length, म्हणजे गिव्हन अँटिना लेंथ, अँटिनाची लेंथ आपण फिक्स केली, तर पॉवर रेडिएटेड, दॅट मीन्स P, increases with decreasing wavelength. म्हणजे जसजसं आपण मेसेज सिग्नल जो यूज करणार आहे ट्रान्समिशन साठी, त्या मेसेज सिग्नलची वेव्हलेंथ डिक्रीज कराल, तशी तशी त्या अँटिनानं रेडिएट केलेली पॉवर इन्क्रीज होत जाईल. आणि वेव्हलेंथ डिक्रीजिंग म्हणजेच इन्क्रीजिंग फ्रिक्वेन्सी. सो पॉवर रेडिएटेड बाय अँटिना ऑफ द गिव्हन लेंथ can be increased by decreasing frequency, or can be increased by decreasing wavelength or increasing frequency. मग जर हा मेसेज सिग्नल लॉंगर वेव्हलेंथचा असेल, म्हणजेच लो बेस बँड फ्रिक्वेन्सीचा असेल, तर ही पॉवर रेडिएटेड विल बी स्मॉल. हेन्स इफेक्टिव्ह पॉवर radiated by long wavelength base band signal would be small. म्हणजे ही P ची व्हॅल्यू लॉंग वेव्हलेंथ सिग्नल साठी स्मॉल असेल. बेस बँड सिग्नल म्हणजेच लो फ्रिक्वेन्सी सिग्नल, ज्यांची वेव्हलेंथ लॉंग असेल. मग जर तुम्ही ट्रान्समिशन साठी यूज केलेला मेसेज सिग्नल लॉंग वेव्हलेंथचा असेल, म्हणजेच शॉर्ट फ्रिक्वेन्सीचा असेल, बेस बँड सिग्नल असेल, तर त्यासाठी अँटिनानं जी पॉवर रेडिएट केलेली आहे ती पॉवर रेडिएटेड बाय अँटिना विल बी स्मॉल. So for good transmission, high quality transmission, the power radiated by antenna should be large. So to increase the effective power radiated by antenna, we should decrease the wavelength of that message signal. That means we should increase the frequency of that message signal. Then and then the power radiated by antenna will increase and there will be effective transmission and reception of the message signal. For good transmission, for effective transmission and reception, we need high power. ही जी पॉवर आहे, इफेक्टिव्ह पॉवर आहे अँटिनानं रेडिएट केलेली, that should be high for good transmission. And hence we are using high frequency transmission. Means we are using a high frequency wave which is called as a carrier wave for the transmission. आणि या हाय फ्रिक्वेन्सी वेव्हवर हा बेस बँड सिग्नल, लॉंग वेव्हलेंथचा बेस बँड सिग्नल आपण सुपर इम्पोज करतोय आणि ही अशी हाय फ्रिक्वेन्सी वेव्ह आपण ट्रान्समिशनला यूज करतोय. त्यामुळं पॉवर रेडिएटेड बाय अँटिना will also high and there will be good transmission. Therefore there is a definite need for modulation. यावरून तर आपल्याला क्लिअर झालं की मॉड्युलेशन इज मस्ट. देर इज डेफिनेट नीड फॉर मॉड्युलेशन. So this was the second reason for the modulation. Third one, mixing up of signals which are coming from different transmitters. That mixing of signals from different transmitters is also called as interference phenomena. So interference means mixing of signals which are coming from different transmitters. Number of transmitters install केलेले असतात आणि त्या नंबर ऑफ ट्रान्समीटर्स पासून ऑडिओ सिग्नल्स सेम फ्रिक्वेन्सीचे सायमल्टेनियसली जर ट्रान्समिट झाले तर त्या सेम फ्रिक्वेन्सीचे ऑडिओ सिग्नल्स विल मिक्स विथ इच अदर. And this mixing of signals which are coming from different transmitters is called interference phenomena. आणि एकदा हे सिग्नल्स मिक्स झाले तर ते मिक्स झालेले सिग्नल्स कोणत्याही परिस्थितीमध्ये आपल्याला सेपरेट करता येणार नाही. म्हणजेच तिथं इफेक्टिव्ह ट्रान्समिशन किंवा इफेक्टिव्ह रिसेप्शन होणार नाही. When audio signals of same frequency range are transmitted by many transmitters simultaneously, then their signals get mixed up and it is not possible to separate them. So this was the problem. Audio signals of same frequency range are transmitted by many transmitters simultaneously. नंबर ऑफ ट्रान्समीटर्सनी एकाच वेळी सेम फ्रिक्वेन्सी रेंजचे ऑडिओ सिग्नल्स ट्रान्समिट केले तर त्या सिग्नल्स मध्ये त्या फ्रिक्वेन्सी असणाऱ्या सिग्नल्स मिक्सिंग होईल. द सिग्नल्स विल गेट मिक्स्ड अप. दॅट मीन्स interference will take place there. And such mixed signals, such interfered signals, not possible to separate them. So this is the problem. If number of transmitters are transmitting audio signals of the same frequency simultaneously, मग एकाच वेळी एकाच फ्रिक्वेन्सीचे ऑडिओ सिग्नल्स जर मेनी ट्रान्समीटरनी ट्रान्समिट केले, then their signals will get mixed up and such mixed signals is not possible to separate. Now, possible solution of this problem is, म्हणजे जर त्या मेनी ट्रान्समिटर्स करून येणारे जे सिग्नल्स आहेत, ऑडिओ सिग्नल्स आहेत, ते आपल्याला मिक्सिंग होऊन द्यायचे नसतील, इंटरफिअर होऊन द्यायचे नसतील, तर त्याला सोल्युशन आहे. The possible solution of this problem is, two solutions are there. First one, communicating at high frequencies. म्हणजे ज्या ट्रान्समीटर पासून ऑडिओ सिग्नल्स तुम्ही ट्रान्समिट करणार आहात, that should be transmitted at high frequencies. This is the one solution in order to avoid the mixing of signal. And second one, allotting a band of frequencies to each transmitter so that there is no mixing up of signals. म्हणजे प्रत्येक ट्रान्समीटरला एक सेपरेट फ्रिक्वेन्सी बँड अलाव करायचा, आणि सेपरेट फ्रिक्वेन्सी बँड अलाव कराच, त्याचबरोबर त्या फ्रिक्वेन्सी हाय फ्रिक्वेन्सी असाव्या. म्हणजे communicating at high frequencies is the first way, and at the same time allow a band of frequencies to each transmitter. म्हणजे प्रत्येक ट्रान्समीटरचा फ्रिक्वेन्सी बँड सेम असावा आणि फ्रिक्वेन्सीज हाय फ्रिक्वेन्सीज असाव्या. ह्या जर दोन गोष्टी आपण त्या ठिकाणी चेंज केल्या तर सिग्नलचं मिक्सिंग जे होणार आहे, सिग्नलचं इंटरफिरन्स जे होणार आहे, that will be avoided. So these are the two possible solutions in order to avoid mixing up of signals, interference between the signals. आणि एकदा का सिग्नल्स इंटरफिअर झाले, मिक्स झाले, we cannot separate that signals and there will be no effective transmission as well as reception. Thus, there is a need for translating the original low frequency message signal or audio signal into a high frequency wave before transmission. That is, modulation is necessary. म्हणजे इथं आपण एकूण 3 reasons डिस्कस केली, एक्सप्लेन केली. फर्स्ट वन इज size or height of the antenna. Second one, effective power radiated by antenna. And third reason is mixing up of signals coming from different transmitters. These are the 3 reasons due to which modulation is necessary. There is a need, definite need for translating the original low frequency message signal or audio signals into high frequency wave. म्हणजे लो फ्रिक्वेन्सी मेसेज सिग्नल जो आहे, that should be translated into high frequency wave, that should be superimposed on high frequency wave before transmission. Means modulation is necessary. So this is how we can learn the need for modulation, necessity for modulation. So let us learn the equation of such high frequency wave or carrier wave. The carrier wave may be sinusoidal or in the form of pulses or square wave. We learn commonly used term as a signal for electronic communication. And we come to know that there are 2 types of signals: analog signal and digital signal. Analog signals are sinusoidal in form, while digital signals are square wave. So analog signals are represented by the sine wave and digital signals are represented by the square wave. Means carrier wave may be analog in nature or may be digital in nature, and that carrier wave may be sinusoidal or may be square wave or in the form of pulses. Then we want to write the equation of such carrier wave. A sinusoidal wave can be represented as, see here, Ct equal to AC sine omega Ct plus phi. So this is the standard mathematical equation for sinusoidal carrier wave, where this Ct is the signal strain, and that signal may be voltage or current, which is varying continuously. Continuously variable signal, this signal strength Ct, and that signal may be of voltage or current. And this AC is the amplitude of carrier wave. Amplitude of carrier wave. Then omega c, angular frequency or angular velocity of that carrier wave. And this phi is the initial phase of carrier wave. So this is the equation of sinusoidal carrier wave, which is used to carry audio signals from transmitting station to receiving station. The equation for sinusoidal carrier wave. So in this way, we are ending this lecture.